Hello, audience. At 29, after a heartbreaking breakup, Lytuky decided to study abroad to start anew, but one night, she mysteriously vanished in a mountainous province, leaving her family in panic. What happened? Join us to uncover the secrets behind this enigma. Summarized through questions: why did Lytuky break up and choose to study abroad? What caused her to lose contact with her mother? Why did she disappear that night? How did her family and community react to her disappearance? How did the police conduct their investigation? What suspicions arose about the cause of her vanishing? Where was Lytuky found, and in what condition? Who rescued and cared for her? Why were the elderly couple who saved her suspected? How did Lytuky's memory loss and vision impairment affect her family? Will the truth ever be revealed? This story is not just a mystery but a journey exploring psychological wounds and the strength of family bonds. It makes us wonder, what lies behind moments of despair? Stay tuned for gripping details. Don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling stories. Lytuky, a 29-year-old woman, once led a simple life in a mountainous province of Vietnam, where winding paths snake through lush forests. She worked an office job at a local cooperative, providing steady income if not glamour. Her 5-year romance with a local man fueled dreams of a family, but those hopes shattered when he abruptly ended their relationship, citing incompatibility. Devastated, Lytuky sank into depression, crying alone in her small room, her gaze lost in the distant mountains. The memories of their happy times turned into painful stabs, leaving her disoriented. To escape her emotional turmoil, she decided to study abroad in Canada, hoping a new environment would restore her sense of purpose. In the months preparing, Lytuky rented a small house on the town's outskirts to focus on paperwork. The house sat near a forest path, surrounded by low bushes and the sound of rustling leaves. Her mother, a hard-working woman living a few kilometers away, noticed Lytuky growing distant. Long phone calls dwindled to brief, tired exchanges, and texts became curt, like "I'm fine." Her mother attributed it to the stress of preparing for abroad, unaware of the inner storm Lytuky was battling. Lytuky confided in a close friend about feeling uneasy, sensing someone watching her while walking home at dusk. She described a stranger in dark clothing near the path but dismissed it as paranoia from sleepless nights, choosing not to alert the police. Her unease grew when she noticed broken branches near her house, as if someone had been lurking. One night, Lytuky vanished without a trace or note. Her mother, unable to reach her for 24 hours, rushed to her house. The door was locked, windows shut, and her phone, wallet, and documents remained on the table, but Lytuky was gone. A bottle of prescribed sedatives lay on the floor, as if she'd reached for it before leaving. Her mother, near collapse, alerted the police. News spread quickly through the close-knit mountain community. Villagers organized searches, scouring paths and forests with flashlights. Posters of Lytuky appeared at markets and shops. 3 days passed with no leads. Some whispered she took her life over heartbreak, but her mother insisted, she's stronger than that. She wanted to study abroad, to start over. The police launched an urgent investigation, reviewing Lytuky's messages and emails. A blurry shop camera video showed a suspicious figure near her house the night before, but it was unidentifiable. They questioned her ex-boyfriend, who claimed an amicable breakup, but her friend revealed his persistent texts had upset 2 Kentucky colleagues and friends were interviewed, but no clear motive emerged. A message to her friend mentioned the stranger in dark clothing and her fear of being followed. The police searched the path, finding an old cap, but its owner couldn't be traced. Lytuky's mother blamed herself for missing her daughter's distress, especially after learning she'd researched anxiety online. Rumors swirled abduction, or perhaps she wandered into the forest. The pressure of gossip weighed on the family, leaving her mother desperate as the police stalled. The police investigation intensified, but clues remained elusive, shrouded like the mountain mist. They focused on Lytuky's ex-boyfriend, suspecting his excessive post-breakup contact. He admitted trying to reconcile but denied wrongdoing, providing an alibi. He was in another town that night, confirmed by a restaurant camera. The police turned to a colleague who'd shown Lytuky attention, but he insisted they were just friends, with no conflicts. A theory of job-related abduction was explored, but the cooperative's routine operations offered no leads. Lytuky's administrative tasks, data entry and reports, were too mundane to make her a target. Lytuky's family faced crushing pressure. Her mother, sleepless, hounded the police for updates, her eyes hollow from worry. Her sister, returning from a city job, searched Lytuky's house and found a notebook detailing her unease and dreams of a figure in the mist. She handed it to the police, hoping for a breakthrough. Lytuky's phone revealed searches for dealing with being followed and anxiety symptoms, suggesting real fear and a private struggle. The police scoured the path, finding a tattered scarf, but DNA tests were inconclusive. Community rumors grew wild: abduction, or even forest spirits, deepening her mother's pain as she clung to hope. After 7 relentless days, hope flickered. Lytuky was found 40 kilometers away in a forest, exhausted, clothes torn, and nearly blind. An elderly couple, gathering herbs to treat the poor, heard her faint moans from a thicket and brought her to their modest wooden home. The man gave her warm water, and the woman changed her into clean clothes before calling the police. Lytuky was rushed to the provincial hospital, where doctors diagnosed short-term memory loss, possibly from psychological trauma or a physical blow. Her eyes were severely damaged, risking permanent blindness, though the cause, perhaps chemical exposure, infection, or extreme stress, remained unclear. Her mother wept as Lytuky, unrecognizing, muttered about darkness and a strange voice, words that left the family and doctors puzzled, unsure if they were memories or delusions. The reunion's joy faded when the police summoned the elderly couple for questioning. Suspicious details emerged. The forest was remote, rarely visited, so how did they find two Kai so precisely? A villager claimed seeing the man driving near town days earlier, contradicting his claim of staying home. The couple insisted they stumbled upon her while gathering herbs, acting out of kindness. The police searched their home and land, finding nothing incriminating, but kept them under suspicion. The scrutiny exhausted the couple, especially as some villagers began eyeing them warily. The community split. Some saw them as saviors, grateful for their lifelong service to the poor. Others, caught in a whirlwind of gossip, whispered of a conspiracy, even tying the case to folktales of reclusive forest dwellers abducting people for unknown purposes. The rumors complicated the investigation, with some suggesting Lytuky was lured into the forest by someone she knew. The family, particularly her mother, felt helpless against the tide of speculation. Her sisters struggled to keep the family united, but the atmosphere grew heavier as Lytuky showed no signs of recovery. The police, lacking solid leads, continued probing based on the notebook and phone data. They questioned a neighbor who'd complained about Lytuky's late-night walks, but found no evidence. The community's tales of supernatural forces or hidden criminals added layers of complexity, frustrating the police's efforts. Lytuky's mother, though drained, prayed nightly, clinging to the hope that her daughter would return to her former self. The relentless pressure from the investigation and public scrutiny plunged Lytuky's family into a profound crisis, where pain and uncertainty intertwined, stifling their hope. Her mother, clinging to resilience, began to crumble as she sat by her daughter's hospital bed, watching Lytuky lie motionless, her face pale and eyes vacant. The vibrant young woman who once dreamed of studying abroad was now unrecognizable, unable to identify her family or recount her ordeal. In rare moments of lucidity, Lytuky muttered cryptic phrases, a man in the shadows, a dim moon glowing, her voice faint, like a whisper carried by the wind. These words tormented her mother, who wondered if they were fragments of memory or mere delusions. Doctors delivered a grim prognosis. Lytuky's short-term memory loss might persist for months, possibly forever, if her brain didn't recover from suspected trauma or physical injury. Her vision, severely compromised, faced a high risk of permanent blindness. Tests suggested possible chemical exposure or extreme psychological stress, but the lack of a definitive cause deepened the family's despair, each medical update a fresh wound. Lytuky's sister, who had left her city job to return home, became the family's anchor, though the burden tested her strength. She spent hours at the hospital, holding Lytuky's hand, whispering encouragement in hopes of sparking a response, but Lytuky remained trapped in a distant world. The sister organized family meetings to plan Lytuky's care, but these gatherings were steeped in sorrow. Their mother's guilt was overwhelming. She reproached herself for not noticing Lytuky's withdrawal after the breakup. If I'd been more attentive, if I hadn't left her alone, maybe this wouldn't have happened, she said, her voice breaking. The sister, though equally heartbroken, tried to console her, but the strain of Lytukai's condition and the ongoing investigation left her exhausted. Relatives visited, offering words of comfort, but their presence couldn't ease the pervasive grief consuming the household. The mountain community, once a tight-knit haven, fractured under the weight of rumors. Some villagers rallied behind the elderly couple who rescued Lytuky, raising funds to help them cope with legal scrutiny. Known for decades of providing free herbal remedies, the couple was seen by many as selfless heroes. But others, swayed by gossip, viewed them with distrust. Whispers circulated that their timely discovery of Lytuky was too convenient, with some speculating they were linked to a shadowy criminal network in the mountains, despite no evidence. These tales, fueled by the community's need for answers, grew wild, even invoking folk tales of forest abductors. The couple, hurt and weary, withdrew from public life, their once warm interactions replaced by guarded silence. This division mirrored the family's turmoil, as trust eroded under fear and doubt. The police, grasping at Lytukai's fragmented mutterings, pursued new leads with fading hope. They identified a local man with a history of harassment near the town's path, his mental instability making him a suspect. But interrogations yielded nothing, he denied involvement, and no evidence connected him to Kentucky. A critical breakthrough came when hospital tests revealed a powerful sedative in Lytukai's blood, distinct from her prescribed medication, suggesting she was drugged before being abandoned, pointing to a deliberate act, possibly abduction. The police intensified their forest search, uncovering a tattered cloth bag with a bracelet identical to one Lytuky wore, a gift from her mother. The find shook the family, but forensic tests found no fingerprints or DNA, leaving another dead end. Desperate, the police scoured the forest for signs of a hideout, but the rugged terrain thwarted them. The investigation stalled, and public pressure forced a partial disclosure to calm rumors. At a village meeting, Lytukai's mother, voice trembling, pleaded for information and apologized to the elderly couple for the suspicions. The couple, drained but steadfast, reiterated their innocence. Lytukai's dreams grew vivid, mentioning a small stream and the smell of burning leaves, prompting police to search streamside areas, but weeks yielded nothing. The mystery remained unsolved, casting a shadow over the family. Her mother prayed nightly by her side, while her sister sought specialists, hoping to restore Lytukai's memory and sight. The community moved on, but the family lingered in the darkness of unanswered questions. Lytukai's story is a haunting tragedy, exposing the fragility of the human spirit against emotional wounds. Her mysterious disappearance, memory loss, and risk of blindness evoke deep sorrow. The pressure of public suspicion fractured community trust, showing how fear can divide. Though the truth remains hidden, the story underscores the need to cherish loved ones, especially in their pain. We hope Lytuky finds light again, in both spirit and sight, to overcome her dark past. This tale affirms that family love and perseverance can unravel even the deepest mysteries.